Welcome to Janet Teaches DRU Yoga. In this video, we're going to look at the posture of the chair of the heart. One that from a distance you think looks quite simple. That's the key to yoga, isn't it? It's the looking graceful, simple, and yet achieving so much. And this, like every other posture, achieves a lot for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. So we're going to start off with a bit of warm-up, as we always do in DRU Yoga, just to get the body in a good place, ready to do some stretching, okay? So just taking your wrists round nice and loose, have your legs nice distance apart, okay? And then circle them the other way, everything on both sides and both directions, to create that balance that we seek. Up and down, get those wrists nice, and we're working through the joints. Wiggle those fingers, lots of joints in your fingers. You can have a little wiggle as well as if you want. And then circling into your elbows. Those elbows working. And then circle the other way. And that's it. And up and down. And then just open up your shoulders and dip in the knees. Lovely circles. Right, those knees, same time working the shoulders. And then back up to centre. Now, nice width with the legs. And then you flop to one side. So you're lifting your heel at the back, that being the back because you're facing forwards. Just let your arms flop against the body and you're looking over your shoulder. So you get that lovely twist of the spine. Lift the back heel, look over the shoulder, arms just flopping against the body. Lovely. And then the next time you come to the front, just dip your knees. Still lifting the heels, still looking over the shoulder, it's just dipping the knees in the middle. And then just bring your arms higher up the body, tap yourself on the shoulder, give yourself a hug. That spare arm. And back to the centre, nice and loose. Okay, and just do a few flicks to the side, just open up a bit. It's all about releasing and relaxing. Lovely. Okay, so the chair of the heart, let me just straighten the mat a little bit. Let me show you first of all, and then I'll go through the detail of how to achieve it. Looks simple, doesn't it? But what we often see is that, which is not what I just did. We also do people doing it too quickly or the slope of the back. So it's getting the position, getting it in the right place and looking after your body at the same time. Now, by working this heart energy, chair of the heart, we're allowing ourselves to feel more balanced and more joyful. Wow, how wonderful to have something that you can do in 2 or 3 minutes that helps you feel balanced and joyful. You're also going to be working the shoulders, the legs, that can coming down, and you're working the inside as well. So everything gets a working. You're opening up the chest and so on. And your heart energy is able to expand and contract beautifully. So if I do it sideways, let's do this together. First of all, you want that mountain posture, the basis of everything. So you want your feet hip width apart. Now remember, the way to get hip width, if I just do it facing you, heel to instep, swivel your toes back. So you can see 2 very parallel, very straight legs, apart from my slightly not knees. Because you're coming down from the hip joints, straight down. You can always double check that with 2 fists together and they will neatly fit between your feet. If they don't, you have to come in or out. Because it's not do that and do that. It's a definite swivel of the toes. So you're doing that, got that. You lift your toes and spread them. Always make that connection with the earth. Just flex your knees, soften your knees. That tummy slightly in and bottom slightly under. So you've engaged your core muscles. Draw up, really lift up through that sternum, okay? and then circle and release, circle and release. So you've opened up the chest. Keep the arms loose and the knees soft. Just imagine you've got a golden thread just stretching you a bit further as you're expanding your spine. Okay. You don't need to do this sideways. In fact, you do it facing me. It's just so that you can see it clearly. So you start off with the hands in prayer, just in front of and slightly above the forehead. Now breathing in, dip your knees and take the arms up. Now what you're hoping to achieve is that lovely straight back and the knees bent. Now just take your awareness to your bottom. Is it doing that? Is it doing that? Or is it sat perfectly? Take that awareness. Now when you're coming back, it's the breath out. I mean, we've done that slowly so you can see it. So breath in, dip. Breath out, come back. Now remember, at all times, you're breathing in and out through the nose. And just lower your arms for a moment. So what I'm wanting you to do, as far as speed, and the trick and the way to do all yoga is the movement and the breath go together. So when you're taking a breath in through your nose, it's much deeper than if you're taking in that breath through the mouth. So if you allow your breath and your movement to go together, you will get the speed right. You will get it nice and graceful and gentle rather than sharp movements. So really think about where your bottom is, keeping your breath and your movement together. So let's do a few of those. So hands in prayer in front of the forehead. Breathe in, dip your knees, keep that back straight. Breathe out, come back. Breathe in, dip the knees. Breathe out and come back. Let's try a couple of them without me saying it. And gently release. Now, one way of checking where the bum is, do it in front of a mirror. You know, do it sideways on. You can, of course, do it with a friend if you live with somebody and they can stand at the side of you and just tell you, are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you? Exactly perfect. Because it's the knees and the legs doing the work. It's not a pushing away. It's just a dip. And that breath, remember, there is always a slight delay between having taken the complete breath in to then taking the breath out. So if you just work with me again. So have a pause there and then breathing out. One more for luck. Remember, always do that lovely release of the hands. Don't kind of just flop. So a simple one, but it takes effort to get it right. That's the trick with the chair of the heart. So the next time you need a bit of balance, a bit of joy, maybe the legs are feeling a bit tight if you've been sat a long time, then do some nice chair of the heart. So I hope that you found that useful. Thank you very much. Namaste.